Hello, my name is Jan Stafford Kellis, and I'd like to welcome you to the introduction video of how to write your book using my snap sequence method. I got so excited to talk about the snap sequence method and share with everybody how I write books. I forgot to start at the beginning and explain exactly what is a snap sequence method. What does that even mean? So now I'm retroactively recording an introduction video, which I hope you are viewing before you view the other 6 videos that I already created. The snap sequence method is the name I gave my system for breaking things down into small little bite-sized pieces, which I call snaps because each one is so quick and easy to do. It's a snap. And I use this method to write a book. And in the ensuing 6 videos, I do break it down to show you which step to do first. But I do have a tip for you for anybody who doesn't even know yet what they want to write about and doesn't even have the glimmer of an idea, but wants to start maybe thinking like a writer, maybe exploring different ideas. My tip for you is to write down one observation per day. This can be anything. You could, for instance, you could describe the next tree that you see. If you look out your window and see a tree, or if you live in a city, go for a walk and find a tree and describe that tree, but give it human characteristics, just to put a twist on it. Or you could observe a person. Maybe you could describe a person, and always look for a twist. Like, for instance, if you're describing a person, maybe you can make them seem like an entire planet, or a rock sitting there, or a bolt of lightning, or something. You can come up with some kind of a twist to describe anything that you're describing. And it doesn't have to be just a description. It could be a scene that you witness. It could be as small as your trip to the convenience store today. You're going to go into a gas station, or maybe a 7-Eleven if you live in a city, and you can just talk about that. What happened from when you hit the door going in to when you hit the door going out? Did you see anything out of the ordinary? Or if it was completely ordinary, it's still a good writing exercise to just practice writing. So that's my tip for that, and I would use Evernote to keep all of these little observations, because in Evernote you can then search for the text and find it in any note. So if you were to create a notebook in Evernote just called observations or writing jots or something, then later on when you're going to write your book and you think to yourself, oh yeah, I remember that story somebody told me about a goat that faints every time it hears the word ice cream. Well, then you can just go to your Evernote and search for the words goat and ice cream, and you'll find that whole vignette that you wrote earlier. I do hope you like my snap sequence method, and I hope you use it. The whole idea is to break a large task down into steps. Each step, when you're writing a book, is still so huge. So I break down the steps further into little snaps. So every day I try to do one snap. Some days, like when I'm a day off work or something, I might do 2 or 3 snaps. But that way it just keeps my momentum going forward. And I find that once you're about halfway through with a task, the second half goes much quicker. It's just the physics of momentum. You've got that going for you, so you have to keep making it work for you. And I will have more products coming out in my Snap Sequence series. Right now I'm developing a journal, a Snap Sequence journal for writers and other creatives with too many ideas to contain inside their own heads. So my idea for the journal is that it will be kind of like a paper copy of your brain. And you can just jot everything down in there. You'll no longer have to worry about where you wrote something, where it went, what happened to it. It'll all be in there. You can track your projects in there, your to-do lists. There'll be a space for your reading log and for books you want to read. I know as a reader, a lot of people recommend books to me, and I always want to remember who recommended them, why they recommended them, where I was when they recommended them. you know, kind of what brought it up, what related the book to our conversation or whatever. And there will be a spot in this journal as well for reading recommendations. So it should eliminate the problem when you go to a bookstore, the analysis paralysis that you might feel if you're anything like me, when you're faced with the whole shelves of books and you want to buy them all. So thank you very much for watching my introductory video. As you can see, I'm not a cinematographer. This is a completely bare bones video production here. I'm just trying to get my ideas across, and I am a recovering perfectionist, so I do appreciate you putting up with the errors that I've left in here, because otherwise I would have had to re-record it about 137 times. Have a great day, and please enjoy my video series and check out my website. Thank you.